Hi, I'm Bersercules, the Berserk Herb, and today I'll be talking about the 60s cartoon, The Submariner. I have it on a tape which includes two other Marvel superhero cartoons, which I won't be reviewing because they're too boring. Most of the Marvel superhero cartoons of the 60s differ from the Spider-Man cartoon in one important way. Instead of animation in the standard way, the animation is done differently. In fact, it can hardly be called animation. Basically, it will show a motionless picture of a character, and if the character is talking, their mouth will move, but the rest of them remains motionless. And if they run forward, it's a still picture of them running, and the camera zooms in on them. It's all very odd, weird to watch, and if you've never seen one before, and were passed out on a couch due to doing drugs, and awoke from your drug-induced stupor to an episode like this playing on TV, and saw it for the first time, you would think you were still out of it on drugs and seeing things. So now to review an episode of the Marvel show, The Submariner. And The Submariner, for those of you who don't know, is the Marvel's version of Aquaman. And if you don't know who Aquaman is, he's a DC ripoff of the Submariner, who happens to live under the sea and is ruler of Atlantis. Both of them, but in different comic universes. So the show starts off as...
Just outside the fabled city of Atlantis, an Atlantean guard makes a startling discovery.
The sacred trident. It's gone.
So apparently they keep their prized possession out in the open in some unguarded cave near the city? Genius! Fuck Fort Knox! We then head over to Atlantis, where a council of people worries about the theft of the trident, and also the disappearance of the city's second-in-command called Lord Vasti. Gee, was he also stolen from a heavily guarded area, such as a wide-open courtroom or a big spacious field? The show doesn't say how Lord Vasti was kidnapped, but I can tell you where he was taken. He's being held captive in a cave guarded by an, giant purple sea caveman? What? Oh, and also in the cave is a bottomless pit. Yep, a bottomless pit in the bottom of the ocean. 'Cause why not? So as the council wonders what to do, Namor the Submariner returns from wherever he conveniently was, and decides to go out and look for his friend and second-in-command, Lord Vasti. But first he searches Lord Vasti's room and finds a clue to where he might be. And as Namor leaves the city to investigate the clue, we see a barbarian named Atuma, who is the man who took the sacred trident, watching the Submariner depart and making preparations to invade the city of Atlantis. So the underwater people have barbarians too? Huh. And hey, they also have their own underwater televi. Cool! So as the Submariner heads to some caves to look for Lord Vasti, he then decides to swim through the dark and sinister carnivorous sea forest and is entwined by a plant creature. Why the fuck did he swim through some deadly area? You were going to some caves! Why detour through a forest called the carnivorous sea forest? That's retarded! Literally, it slows down the show's plot! Why did he not swim around or above the dangerous area? Did he forget he's underwater and able to swim around things? What the fuck? Anyway, as the Submariner deals with that danger, the city of Atlantis is under siege by the barbarian hordes and their arsenal of cannons that shoot out the word BAM? What the fuck? Oh, and they have laser guns that shoot out POWs. And now we jump back to the Submariner as a giant clam approaches him with... Oh, thanks for spelling out that sound effect for me. If I didn't see the word snap, I wouldn't have known that's what the sound was. And now we go back to the city of Atlantis, still under attack. Did a guy with ADD write this? What the fuck? Can I not stay on the same scene for too long? Anyway, Atlantis surrenders to the sea barbarian, and as he claims the city, we head back to the Submariner as he tries to free himself from the plant creature as the clam gets ever closer. Still? He's been trying to escape that plant as that clam comes at him the whole time Atlantis was under siege. Is everything in the carnivorous sea forest really slow, or did Atlantis fall really quickly? Or is time relative under the sea? What the fuck? And wasn't that clam closer a few minutes ago, and now it's far away? Is this show's editor an Atlantean? Anyway, Namor breaks free of the plant and smashes the clam and then goes off to continue his search for Lord Vasti. We head back to Atlantis, again, as its new leader has seized power and is enjoying his victory. He decrees that none may leave the city, but that won't stop the Submariner's girlfriend, Lady Dharma, as she decides to head off to find her boyfriend. As she does, she is spotted by a guard who asks, Who goes there? And instead of answering him, she attempts to distract him by throwing a rock over his head, causing him to turn around and shoot at the ground constantly as she walks past him. How the fuck did these guys take over a whole city? Lady Dorma then walks through the ocean and enters a jungle-like sea growth area and is then trapped in quicksand and starts to get pulled under. Why was she walking on the ocean floor and not swimming? Did she forget she was underwater or something? What the fuck? Now back to Lord Vasti, who tries to escape his cavernous prison and is instead knocked down the bottomless pit and ends up holding onto the ledge of the pit for dear life. Dude, you're under the ocean! Just swim out of the pit, you fucking idiot! There's even bubbles coming out of your mouth, so you know you're underwater! Arrgh, dumbass! So thankfully Namor shows up and knocks the sea caveman down the pit and saves Lord Vasti, the old man who's too dumb to know he's lived his whole life under the water. How is everyone forgetting they're underwater? Are they all really inbred and stupid in Atlantis? Most of the danger we've seen so far is because they forgot they can swim in water. Seriously, how do you forget that? That would be like one of us forgetting how to walk and having to crawl everywhere. So Namor, the Submariner, and Lord Vasti head back to Atlantis as Lady Dorma slowly drowns in quicksand at the bottom of the ocean. But the Submariner's journey to Atlantis is stopped by a bunch of fish who tell him that Lady Dorma is stuck in quicksand. Oh, so that's how animals communicate, through B's and Z's. Cool, it's animal binary code. So the Submariner goes to save his girlfriend, and Lord Vasti continues to Atlantis. The Submariner then saves his girlfriend from the quicksand by using his ability to swim. Holy shit! No wonder he's the hero. He realizes he can swim underwater. Wow! They then head to Atlantis as Lord Vasti is captured and brought before Atlantis' new barbarian king, who decides to torture Lord Vasti with the Atlantean version of the Iron Maiden.
Know you of the iron idol of infamy? I do. Once you are encased in its deadly coffin, it slowly contracts until its spikes pierce your very soul.
So as the Iron Idol of Infamy is brought to Atlantis from the barbarian's base, the Submariner sees it and has a great/stupid idea. He distracts the guards for a moment and causes them to turn from the idol and shoot at him for a while. The scene then changes as the Iron Maiden ripoff is brought into the new king of Atlantis' throne room, and Lord Vasti is threatened once more with the idea of being put into the device, whereupon Prince Namor, the Submariner, jumps out of the Iron Maiden. Wait, what the fuck? He put himself in the torture device? Holy shit! What is he, a masochist? Is he suicidal or something? What the fuck? The Submariner then leaps into action and fights off a tumor by, punching his sword in two, and then punching him in the face.
Enough! Mercy!
Wait, he took back his city with 2 punches? Holy shit! The Submariner is either a tough ass of epic proportions, or Atuma's the biggest pussy ever. Or both. And what is Atuma's punishment for taking over the city? Banishment from Atlantis and being forced to wear an iron bell. Wow, that's a bit of an extreme punishment. How dare they make him wear an iron bell? That punishment should be banned. So that's it. It's now the end.